The law courts. The Romans prided themselves on their law. It was very exact and very fair. It was the basis from which most of the laws of the European and American nations of today arose. If a man had a grievance and the lower courts would not give him justice, he could appeal to the emperor in person. It was unusual for a man to speak for himself in a lawsuit. He would employ one of the clever lawyers who knew all the rules to speak for him. These lawyers were specially trained in the schools. Their profession was thought to be the most important one a Roman could follow. The law courts were great halls with a raised dais at one end, where the magistrates were seated. Before them the case was argued by the lawyers, and witnesses were called to give evidence. There was no jury. The magistrates had to listen to all the arguments and try to reach a just decision themselves about the rights and wrongs of the case. Because the emperor was, by law, the first magistrate of Rome, he was bound to appear in the courts on most mornings. He spent a lot of his time listening to the cases being argued before him. It must often have seemed a waste of time for a very busy man, but to every citizen of the vast Roman Empire, it showed that the emperor himself was obedient to Roman law. At midday, the Romans would go to a light meal at home, or else at one of the many shops where cakes and wine and hot snacks of various kinds might be bought.